Hello and welcome to the final 2022 edition of Nature's Glory Cabin Hiking Edition, or we like to call it Old People Trying to Hike. We try to do easy hikes anybody can do, kids, etc. And here we are heading out of the cabin, getting ready to go on our next adventure. Today we're going to Tarr Ridge Overlook 2. There are several ridges and overlooks along Tarr Ridge, which is off of 77. Which is about 20 minutes or so from the cabin. On this end, it's a little further if you come through Slade. On the other end, it's on this end, close to the Civilian Conservation Corps' job center. We're going to cut most of that out, but here we are taking off, and we're going to catch up here pretty quick, and we're going to be on 77, and there's a parking area to the left. There's no formal sign for this trail or overlook, but there are a couple of signs off the side of the road, and you'll see them here in just a minute. And it's a pretty nice parking area. It'll accommodate several cars. It's actually pretty busy during the season. And if you look here, you'll see the trail, the green trail to the right, and down at the very bottom you'll see where we go off the side to the overlook. There are a couple of other overlooks, and I'll point out another one when we get there. This is a really nice wide trail, and I wouldn't say level, but it's not a rough trail. There are a few little tree roots you got to watch out for, but if you can notice here, it's probably 3 to 4 feet wide, and the leaves are kind of covering it a little bit. But there's a little slight incline to it here and there, but when I say slight, it's not a whole lot. And we're going to shorten this up. It's probably 45 minutes in and back, which makes it about an hour and a half. The hike to the last camping spot where we'll turn down the trail to the overlook is about 1.2 miles, and the overlook is probably not even 100 yards off the trail. So we're just walking along through here, looking off to the sides, and there's some deadfall here and there. And if you notice some of these big uprooted trees, you'll see that there's not an awful lot of dirt on them. Well, underneath here is rock. We probably don't have a foot or two of topsoil. Everything up in here is very rocky. A couple little spots or stops here and there, but we'll move right along. There are a few campsites back here. The Forest Service does seem to take care of this. You'll see where there's some trees that have fallen and have been cut off the trail. And at least one place where they left it and the trail was diverted around it. The tree here to the left was splintered from a storm. Here's a little slight incline. It's about the worst of it. Very easy hike. Depending on you may take a little longer. You may want to stop and take more pictures, or you may walk it faster. We didn't walk at a real fast pace. Again, there are a couple other overlooks, and we'll probably do another video later that has those in it as well. Look off to the right there, looks like there might be a little something, but we're going to go on, head up the trail. Tree here to the left that looked like it snapped off in a storm. Not a whole lot to see this time of year. Leaves have all fallen, everything is pretty barren, but it's beautiful in its own way. We're going to try to do different seasons up here to show the difference. We're hoping for a little snow at some point. This right now is December the 30th, 2022. It was a beautiful day in the 50s. Again, I stop ever so often just to kind of look at the landscape. There's a tree off to the left with it's been uprooted. And here's a tree that had fallen across the trail at some point, and people worked their way around it. It's still a nice trail. Been used so much, it's very evident where to go. And moving right along. Another tree that had been cut down and trimmed up by the Forest Service. This area had a fire a few months ago back in. It was closed for the biggest part of October. So it just reopened not long ago, and we're back up in it. A couple of trees that have fallen and been uprooted again. And here we come to the main campsite. Off to the right is where you'll find this little user trail that cuts down to the overlook. If you go straight through on out the other side, the trail rapidly deteriorates. This doesn't look like a whole lot, but once you get down in here, you can see that there's a trail here. It's probably not, 100 yards off the main trail. When we get down in here, it isn't too much further. I believe there's a campsite off to one side. Looks like there's one here to the right. And the overlook starts to come into view. Up ahead, big white rock, like a lot of the things are. If you've been to Sky Bridge or any of the others, they look similar type rock. Now this doesn't go any further. We're on Overlook 2. If you look off to the right there, you'll see that rock shelf, and that rock shelf is Tarr Ridge East Overlook 1. So we're looking at Overlook 1 from Overlook 2. This rock does go on out further. We didn't go all the way out, and you can scoot down on a little area and get out a little further and to a point. We didn't go that far. We kind of just stayed back and enjoyed the view from where we were. And do a little panoramic here, and there's my wife took some pictures, some still pictures. Anita our advanced photography, and we inserted those here. They're a little higher quality. And there's some more rock outcrops that you can see out there. A little more of a zoom. And another view of the Tarr Ridge East Overlook 1 from Overlook 2. And we're going to head back. I didn't include much of the walk back since it was pretty much the same. We got the parking area coming into view. That's 77, Highway 77, also called Tarr Ridge Road up ahead. We're going to go left down the hill toward Slade for lunch. Back to the right takes you back up the hill toward Frenchburg and to the cabin. There's the two signs from the backside. There's a pipe in the ground here. Make sure you don't trip over. It's been cut off. It's 3 or 4 inches out of the ground. And we'll go back to the vehicle here with our shameless promotion of the cabin on the side. And thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate it. We're going to pull into McGill's Pizza parking lot. Really great pizza. They're open year-round. Enjoy. Thanks for watching.